Everyone quiet. Sounds like we have a visitor approaching. Hello, fellow traveler. You look tired. We're on a long road trip and stopped here to set up camp. You're welcome to rest here for the night. There's always room around our fire. So have a seat. The food's hot, the drinks are cold, the fire is warm, and the stories, hopefully, are scary. I'm Jeremy, and I'm the driver on these road trips we take, but for the night, I'll be your storyteller. So settle in for some stories from the road.
Tonight's story is called My Encounter with the Black-Eyed Kids. I had my encounter with the Black-Eyed Kids in late 2012. I don't remember the exact date. I wasn't really recording it for posterity. But it happened after I'd come home from a particularly grueling day at work. I had a pretty long drive home. My grandmother passed away a few years ago, so I just moved in and took over her house to save on rent money. But her house is the better part of an hour's drive away from where I work, so I already wasn't in a very good mood, and it was dark when I got home. Looking back, the most bizarre thing about the experience was how quickly they showed up. I walked in the porch, turned around to lock it, then turned back, and there was a knock. More than anything else about this story, that freaks me out. It's not something I've seen in other BEK stories that I've read, but it seems like I would have seen them coming up to my door when I was locking it. The door had a big panel glass window that I could see right through, and there was a light pole right outside, so it's like they didn't walk up to it. They were just there. I turned around and saw them. 2 kids. One was in his early teens. The other looked about 8. The older one was knocking. He looked panicked and was really pounding on the door. The younger one looked nervous but didn't say anything.
Sir,
The older one said.
we need to use your phone.
I felt my hand moving forward towards the knob, but then I yanked it back. I don't know if I need to explain that. I wanted to help them, but I was also afraid of them, but I did. It's in all the encounters, so I'm just confirming that, yes, it happened to me too. It always seems strange to me that no one who's ever encountered black-eyed kids has ever heard of them before. I wasn't an aficionado at the time, but I'd at least read a few paranormal websites while I was bored. I think that's why it was like reflex when I heard a request to use the phone. My eyes went to theirs, and I saw that they were solid black, and I knew what they were. Well, not what they were. I knew they were BEKs. The older kids seemed to immediately realize what I'd seen. I've heard that they usually get mad if you see their eyes. That didn't happen this time, though. His eyes got a look of, oh shit, not now. It was like he didn't have time to waste on anger. He was just desperate.
I swear to God I won't hurt you.
He screamed. That was weird, too. Usually, they're supposed to say we. It's not something that people have gone out of their way to report, but I've never heard a BEK story where one of them asked for just himself to be let in. It was like he suddenly didn't care about the other one. He just wanted to save his own hide. I ran into the house for my shotgun. I wasn't going to just stand there and listen to them begging to get in for the next hour. When I came back with my gun, they were already gone. In their place was a young girl. Her hair was very light. I remember it was white, but with the way the street light was hitting it and how freaked out I was, that I'm not prepared to swear to that. She wasn't trying to get in. In fact, she was looking away. I pointed the gun at her. You get the hell off of my property,
You don't need to do that.
she said.
I don't even want to get in.
I lowered my gun involuntarily. This girl freaked me out far worse than the boys did, but I was powerless to disobey her.
There were some boys who came by and asked to get into your house. Is that correct?
Yes, I said. I hoped that being honest with her would get her to go away as soon as possible.
How long ago?
Just now. I was going to get my gun for them, and when I came back, you were here.
Excellent. then they should still be close. Don't worry. You won't be seeing them again.
She turned to me briefly, and I caught a glimpse of her face. Naturally, I looked at the eyes, expecting them to be black again. Instead, I saw that they were pure white. No irises and no pupils. Just pure white pools in her face that seemed to glow slightly in the darkness. She turned and walked away, and I realized something. I believed her. I fully expected that I would never see those boys again. And weirder yet, I realized I felt sorry for the little bastards. All right, that was my encounter with the black-eyed children, or black-eyed kids. What did he actually call it? Black-eyed kids. This was written by Watcher Azazel, and a big thank you to the voices behind Dark Little Voices channel on YouTube. Really happy I got to work with them. They're excellent narrators, voice actors, editors, everything. But so yeah, thanks guys. I really appreciate having y'all on tonight's episode, and look forward to working with y'all again in the future if y'all are up for it. So everybody, thanks for stopping in and checking out tonight's episode. If you want to check out more from Dark Little Voices, head on over to their YouTube. It is, well, just search Dark Little Voices and you'll find them. They have some excellent stories. And if you'd like to follow me, you can go to FMER Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, Full Moon MTRD on Twitter, and Full Moon Empty Road on TikTok. Again, thank you everybody for stopping in tonight, and I think it's time we got some rest. So let's keep that fire burning low. Good night, everyone.